If you look at this page, I've just quickly jumble up together some of the scandals over the years that they are being plagued with, starting from the Archegos and the Green Seal Capital. These are some of the investment funds that Credit Suisse are very heavily involved in, even some espionage, spy cases, tax fraud. More recently, the US has accused them of helping high net worth individuals evade taxes. And these are very, very hard, hard situations to deal with, because it involves the confidence of the trust of the bank, right? And when we talk about running a bank business, the only thing you can't lose is your trust. And when you lose that trust, you basically lose everything. People say that this is the moment where Credit Suisse has no turning back, right? So when they went to their shareholders, one of their major shareholders that's holding 9.9% of the company, and these guys actually injected a lot of capital into the company as recent as early of this year. And when they go to this Saudi National Bank to ask for more funds, Saudi National Bank basically says no. And when that happened, when that news broke, there was panic in the market, and people knew that Credit Suisse is going to be in deep trouble. So this was actually the turning point of everything. Whatever the Swiss did had an impact in the market, and whatever the Swiss did has actually made all the banks around the world even harder to raise new capital in the market, and especially raising this kind of instruments. And this kind of instruments are required by the regulators to be issued. You have to have additional buffers in your balance sheet as a bank, and those are AT1 instruments that you need to have. And today, look at that spike. It became extremely expensive for banks to come out to the market and ask for this kind of funding, this kind of AT1 instrument. And a lot of them has actually started to unable to refinance it in the market. And you can see some of the headlines, some banks delaying their issuance, some banks rolling over their existing perpetual AT1s because they know that the broader market is not viable to them. It's not even easy to raise new funds from the market, let alone paying, you can actually try to pay a very expensive cost, but it's just not economical to do it. So these are the implications of what has happened because of the write-off of the AT1s. This is quite a hard question to generalize, right? Some people will look at the situation and assess using a couple of approach. The first thing you need to understand is that what are the risks of your bonds being wiped out? That is the most important question that you need to ask. And in order for a wipeout to happen, and if you're not talking about the Swiss guys, if you're looking at other regions like UK, Europe banks, even closer to us, Singapore, even our own Malaysian perps, right? What has the regulators said? They have actually came out to say that they will respect the seniority. And with that reassurance, your ability to assess the risk of these papers become clearer, right? Instead of what the Swiss could do, suddenly writing it off because of the merger, because of times of need. In normal circumstances, when you buy a perpetual AT1, bank AT1, you can look at the bank's capital buffers to make this assessment. You cannot use the same incident that has happened to Credit Suisse to be applied to all the other rest of the banks.